Welcome back to Halo Halo, your top entertainment and lifestyle show for Asian Pacific Americans. And it's time now for our weekly ATK, All Things Korean segment. And it's all about the boys this week. Here to tell us more is Cindy J. Lee. Welcome, Cindy.
Hey, Kat.
Thank you so much for being here.
Glad to be here always.
Now, it's all about the boys this week, right?
Yes, usually it's all about the girls,
right.
But this week the boys are dominating the charts. First off, some sad news. So a really famous Korean singer, Shin Hae-chul, passed away last week, October 27th.
Right.
And it was so sudden, like the whole K-pop world, we're all shocked.
Right.
And then it was kind of sad because he was just like, spending a normal day with his wife, and he said, oh, I have abdominal pain. And then they went to the hospital, and then they're like, oh, you have to go into surgery. And then he got another surgery, and then he passed away. Of course, his wife, she's upset, she's sad. She's actually suing the hospital because she thinks they were negligent, and that's why she thinks they made a mistake.
Right, and it was so sudden, like you said, and he's very young.
He was only 46 years old, and a lot of other artists like Psy, they're also requesting an investigation to his death because it's like the Joan Rivers syndrome. Like they were like, oh, what happened? We want to know what happened.
Yeah,
was it the doctor's
answers, right?
fault? And we'll see what happens. Yeah. They are investigating that right now.
You'll definitely keep us updated.
Yes, but R.I.P. Shin Hae-chul.
And then you were telling me that there's a couple of boy bands making news.
Yes.
Right, so tell me a little bit more.
I'll start with Beast. Beast, they recently came out with their 7th mini album called Time.
Okay.
And from that album, there's a song called 12:30, and it's a really beautiful song. And of course, the album's called Time, the song's called 12:30, so there's a huge clock in the music video. And they're singing in front of the clock, like sadly, tears streaming down their eyes.
Just in time for fall, right?
Exactly, just in time for fall when we're all depressed. And there's a huge clock and they're talking about 12:30. Yes, so Beast, they're making huge waves on the charts. And also Epik High, they came out with an album called Shoebox, and there's a song called, there's 2 songs, Happen Ending and Spoiler. And both of those songs are #1 on the chart last week on the K-pop charts. And the reason why is because in the music video, they combine both songs. It starts with Spoiler and then ends with Happen Ending. Okay. And they use the same actress, and that became popular. So both songs are currently #1 on the K-pop charts right now. So yeah, so Beast and Epik High, look out for them.
And then from music to modeling, there's a new trend going on, right, in Korea?
Yes, so recently a plus-size model was chosen to be the face of a cosmetic brand in Korea, and I was really happy to see that. Her name is Kook Joo, and she's a comedian, and she's not in America's dictionary, she's not plus size, but she's not super skinny either.
Right.
But that's something that never really happens in Korea, and I grew up there in the 90s. No, there are many things that are happening now that would have never happened back in the day when I was a kid. For example, feminism is on the rise, and we have the first female president in Korea. That's amazing. But also
it's about time.
Exactly, about time. But also, when I talked about Ailey coming back a few weeks ago, we said that she lost 20 pounds in a month.
Right.
And then that's actually kind of praised in Korea. They're like, ooh, that's amazing. She lost so much weight. In America, we'd be like, that's really unhealthy, and what kind of message that's sending to young girls. But in Korea, it's like normal. So that's why I was just super surprised. Like when I saw, oh, now they're starting to embrace all sizes and shapes. And I hope that in K-pop and K-dramas, that will happen more. We'll see more girls that aren't super skinny.
Speaking of K-dramas, what's the latest on My Lovely Girl?
Oh, My Lovely Girl. So I won't go through the whole thing, but what I'm starting to realize that Sena, the main character, who's played by Crystal Jung, she's very different from other heroines, like K-drama heroines, because usually, even though they fall in love with a guy, they're like shy, and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna tell him how I feel. But she's really bold, like, I like you. What are you gonna do about it, mister? Like, kind of like that.
There goes the change.
Yeah, exactly. She's very sassy and she takes the lead. So I'm really liking that. And then I think that's going to really help her move forward with Hyunwook, who's played by Rain. So yeah, the love is definitely developing, and the love triangle is still going on. But
of course, it has to be a little bit of drama.
Exactly.
놓쳐?
내가 먼저 집었거든?
제가 먼저 찾았거든요.
초코맛 싫어한다며.
얜 코코아 맛이에요.
양보 좀 하지. 나 네가 다니는 회사 대표거든.
회사에서나 대표지. 여기선 그냥 아저씨예요. 그냥 동네 아저씨.
이 말끝마다 아저씨래. 나 너랑 나이 차이 별로 안 나.
But yeah, it airs right here on LA18, Wednesdays, Thursdays, 9:15 p.m. So you guys should definitely keep watching it.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Always have fun chatting with you in our
Always
ATK
fun.
segment. Yeah. We're going to take a quick break, but we have more entertainment and lifestyle news when we return.